Just to clear it up this morning, can you, naming it, make a declarative statement that that the president denounces it?
I just did. The president has denounced this repeatedly. The president was asked this. You're contriving a storyline and a narrative.
I'm just asking you to put this to rest.
I just did. I read you all of the quotes, and if you need to see them in writing, I will put them in an email.
This is John Roberts of Fox News calling out Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary for the president of the United States, and Donald Trump, calling them out for not condemning white supremacy. You know you are in trouble when you lose Fox News. Listen to the entire exchange.
If I could start off, I'd like to ask you for a definitive and declarative statement without ambiguity or deflection. As the person who speaks for the president, does the president denounce white supremacism and groups that espouse it in all their forms?
This has been answered yesterday by the president himself, the day before by the president himself on the debate stage. The president was asked this. He said, sure, 3 times. Yesterday, he was point blank asked, do you denounce white supremacy? And he said, I've always denounced any form of that. I can go back and read for you in August 2019, in one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. In August of 2017, racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups. I have an entire list of these quotes that I can go through with you. He has condemned white supremacy more than any president in modern history.
Just to clear it up this morning, can you, naming it, make a declarative statement that the president denounces it?
I just did. The president has denounced this repeatedly. The president was asked this. You're contriving a storyline and a narrative.
I'm just asking you to put this to rest.
I just did. I read you all of the quotes, and if you need to see them in writing, I will put them in an email. Paula.
So, Kayleigh, can you right now denounce white supremacy and the groups that espouse it?
The president has denounced white supremacy, the KKK, and hate groups in all forms. He signed a resolution to that effect. The president just last week, perhaps you all weren't covering it, but just last week expressed his desire to see the KKK prosecuted as domestic terrorists. This president had advocated for the death penalty for a white supremacist, the first federal execution in 17 years. His record on this is unmistakable, and it's shameful that the media.
Now Fox News is shameful, Kayleigh McEnany. Now Fox News is shameful. You know what? I give Fox News a hard time all of the time, but I have to say it is refreshing and rewarding to see the biggest propaganda machine in the history of propaganda machines, Fox News, actually confirm what you and I already knew. The president of the United States is coddling white supremacists. He's palling around with white supremacists, and they know that it's something that they actually have a line in the sand that they would draw, and this is where they've drawn the line. Yesterday, Brian Kilmeade of Fox News said that Donald Trump dropped the ball on this and he should have just condemned it.
But Donald Trump blew the biggest layup in the history of debates by saying not condemning white supremacists. I don't know if he didn't hear it, but he's got to clarify that right away. That's like, are you against evil? Why the president didn't just knock that out of the park, I'm not sure.
I know why he didn't do it, because he is a white supremacist, because he needs white supremacy to get power again in 2020, because white supremacy helped him get the White House in the first place in 2016. That's why he won't condemn it. But it is glorious to see that Fox News has to even call him out, because Donald Trump is playing a game. The game that Donald Trump is playing is that there's no such thing as white supremacy. That's what he's really trying to do. And Fox News even knows that white supremacy is not only real, but that it is an evil, and it is something that needs to be roundly condemned. And Donald Trump can't do it because that is his core constituency. I'm not going to give Fox News that much credit because I'm sure they'll go back to their regularly scheduled propaganda tomorrow. But for now, hats off to John Roberts, Fox News, for calling a spade and calling a thing a thing. And this is Donald Trump being terrified of condemning white supremacy.